10 thumbs up. If I had 10 thumbs, it'd all be up.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Mouse Ears and Wishes. I'm Jen.
I'm Stefan.
And today we are in glorious Epcot, surrounded by beautiful foliage.
Look at those flowers.
Is it foliage? That doesn't
Yeah.
sound right.
The flora. Yeah.
Beautiful flora. Because today we are here to enjoy everything that the Flower and Garden Festival has to offer,
Yes.
particularly food and drinks and snacks, etc.
Yeah, the best part of any gardening is the food and the drinks.
Of course. Isn't that why you garden?
Yeah.
So we hope that you will join us. We're going to try as many different food outdoor kitchens as possible and show you some of the topiaries around World Showcase.
Yeah. So coming along with us and get excited because we are.
Yes, we are. Stop is the Honey Bistro, one of our favorite booths from last year. And we got a little bit of everything here. We start off with the lavender honey mustard marinated chicken flatbread with whipped honey ricotta cheese, marinated vegetables, and goat cheese. Then we got an order of the Tupelo honey and sweet corn spoon bread with jalapenos, bacon, and house-made whipped honey butter, of course. And to wrap it all up, we got the local wildflower honey mascarpone cheesecake with orange blossom honey whipped cream, whipped honey, crystallized honey, honeycomb, dehydrated honey, and fennel pollen meringue kisses. And our beverage of choice is the Bee Nectar New Wave Lemonade Mead.
Cheers. Oh, that's really good. That's delicious.
We're trying the spoon bread, which we've had in the past, but it looks a little different this time. I'm sure it's still as good. A little tough to get in there.
What we've got here is the local wildflower honey mascarpone cheesecake. Let's take this little back corner here. Ooh, very soft. Cut off that base there. All right, let's get that on the fork. Very sweet, very delicious.
Right, and this is the Bee Nectar New Wave Lemonade Mead. Try to say that 8 times fast. Cheers to you guys. No? Very refreshing and tart. All right, thoughts on Honey Bistro?
I think my favorite was the flatbread. That chicken was just cooked to perfection, and the glaze of the honey mustard. It was honey mustard, right? kind of a little hint of it. It was perfectly, crisp on top of there. Obviously, everything was just fantastic. I mean, it was sweet, it was delicious. The beverage was refreshing, like you said, and tart, and just the perfect right amount of tart. And I think it was a great. I would recommend it absolutely every time. All right. So, what was your impression of the Honey Bistro?
It was very delicious. If you've watched our video from last year, this was also our first booth last year. And so I noticed some differences. I think the flatbread, like you said, was the winner this time. The chicken was really tender. I liked the honey mustard glaze. I thought that was really delicious. The spoon bread was a little tough. It was definitely different from previous years. And maybe it's just because it was sitting out for a little while. I remember last year was really soft. It also seemed to be missing that like slow or warm heat that it had last year, so I don't know if it's different this time. And then the cheesecake was the same and it was amazing, and I liked the different types of honey that they put on the plate to try. So there's like a whipped cream, there was a comb, there was a chip, there was the little what would you call those?
Just a honey drop.
Honey drops, sure. And I really liked that a lot too. And then I really enjoyed the beer. I thought it was really refreshing and perfect for like a warm spring day. So highly recommend Honey Bistro if you are coming to visit. It's a classic. It's a classic Flower and Garden booth. So. Our next stop is the Citrus Blossom. We ordered the crispy mojo marinated pork belly with avocado cream, corn salsa, salsa verde, and plantain chips, and the grapefruit tart, grapefruit curd, lychee jam, ginger mousse, and yuzu cream. And of course, we had to get the orange sunshine wine slushie.
All right. No expectations here except for citrus. So let's see how it goes. Got some meat on the fork there, got some corn. All right. Wow. There's a whole lot of different flavors coming at you all at once. But it's really good.
Okay, grapefruit tart. Not really sure what this is in the middle, but whatever, I'm going for it. Just trying to get a little sliver. Okay. That is really refreshing. The grapefruit really comes through. Very citrusy.
Look at this little glass. It's on my hands, look huge. Look at that. All right. Excited for this one. It's a slushie, right?
Orange wine slushie.
Orange wine slushie. Here we go. That was a blast of citrus. It really hits you in the back of the throat. It's good, but very sweet and very tart on the after. But it's good.
All right, so we just enjoyed Citrus Blossom. I'd say Citrus Blossom overall was a win. I liked the crispy pork belly dish. The only thing I didn't love about it was that some of the pieces of pork were a little tough, but besides that, I thought the flavors overall were delicious. we discussed this. I wouldn't necessarily say it was citrus in flavor, but it was very flavorful with whatever flavors it was. And then the grapefruit tart was really, really delicious. Very citrusy, a lot of grapefruit flavor. I thought it was aesthetically pleasing because it looked like a sunflower. We kind of figured that the center bit of the flower was like a tiramisu almost. That was very delicious. And then of course the orange wine slushy was amazing. Very citrusy, and I almost felt like a little spicy, I don't know, toward the end. So I thought that was great. So overall a win for that.
Okay, so my take on Citrus Blossom. I think you're gonna notice a trend that for the most part our tastes are very similar. I think Citrus Blossom, yeah, there were a lot of flavors on the pork, right? Pork, but not any citrus at all. It was a surprising spice at the end when you got underneath everything, got underneath the potatoes, underneath the pork. There was some peppers or something to spice it up. And then the sunflower
Grapefruit tart.
Grapefruit tart, thank you. Very delicious. Really liked the little yellow puffs. I don't know. We're having more drop things that we don't know what they're called, but those were delicious. They were nice and cool, surprisingly. And then the drink, yeah, it was very good. I mean, I might have made like a surprise face or whatever, but I think it definitely made up in citrus what was lacking in the pork.
Our third stop is Northern Bloom, right outside the Canada Pavilion. We ordered the beef tenderloin tips, which came with mushroom bordelaise sauce and whipped potatoes with garden vegetables, and the griddled maple pound cake with warm peach compote and sweet corn gelato. And to wash all of that down, we ordered the 81 Bay Brewing Company apricot with maple syrup light beer. All right, so I'm trying the beef tenderloin tips. Oh my god, I just spent 20 years cutting this and it still is not. There we go. There's a little bit of mashed potato in here. It's really hot, so hopefully I don't burn myself.
For dessert, from the Northern Bloom, we're trying the griddle maple pound cake. You can see it kind of hidden under all of this, you know, extra stuff here. A couple maple pieces of popcorn and some ice cream. I'm just gonna try the pound cake just by itself. See if I can get just a nice sizable chunk of that. It's very walnutty. I didn't expect that. Yeah, pretty good.
Trying this beer. It's an apricot beer with maple syrup.
Dude, we were up in the mountains in Georgia. Just imagine that state of mind. I'm driving around.
I don't really taste any of those flavors.
4 UCF songs.
And it's a little warm now, so not my fave. For Northern Blossom, the Canada Pavilion, big thumbs down, big thumbs down. The tenderloin tips were very tough. Mashed potatoes underneath, very delicious. But the actual meat itself, not good. Does not live up to Le Cellier's standards, I would say. The maple pound cake was pretty good. I liked the sides better. I liked the maple popcorn and the ice cream that went along with it. It almost tasted burnt, so not a huge fan of that. And the beer was supposed to be apricot with maple syrup flavoring. Just tasted like a regular, like light beer. So I didn't get a lot of those flavors. So overall, I would say a no to Northern Blossom if you're coming to the festival.
Again at the Canada Pavilion, not Canada Pavilion.
Yeah, Northern Blossom.
Northern Blossom. yeah, it was surprisingly not that great. I mean, we've been to Le Cellier many times to get their, I was gonna say to eat their meats like Arby's, but it did not live up to anything. I mean, the pound cake, I'm not a big fan of like nut flavor in my cakes. The ice cream was good. The apricot was okay on top. It was a little, it was warm because it was on the pound cake. And then the drink, I said this to Jen, it was like if someone took like a little breath freshener of apricot and just spritzed it on the top. And it might have just been the aftertaste of the apricots on top of the pound cake, and they're trying to fool you, but not amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. You can skip that if you want to try something else when you come to the Flower and Garden.
Since we are here, it's the Monday after Easter. Epcot is still doing its extravaganza for 2022, and it's like all of the other festival scavenger hunts. You go around and you look for specific characters and place the appropriate sticker in the right spot. So on the back they have all the different eggs that we'll be looking for. And we're actually going to start in Canada, because that's where we are. And we won't show you all of the spots in case like you want to do it yourself, but we'll show you some of the ones that we find. We found Goofy, so wish me luck, folks. Okay. He's in Canada. Almost a perfect fit.
All right, so we are here outside of the World Showplace tent area. It is currently closed off. We can't go inside. But across the way there, we found a Scrooge McDuck. There's that guy. I'm gonna try and peel him off. So just do it like this. I always do it and I bend the whole egg for some reason, but this time I'm just gonna do this. I'll do my best. Let's see. All right, how's that? Pretty good. Yeah, happy with that.
All right, so we found the third egg in United Kingdom. The white rabbit. So, whoops. Okay. Okay, put it down. Yeah. All right, 3 down. 1 million to go.
So we are here in France, and we just found our 4th egg. And you can see, well, the back of her. It's Daisy, so I'm gonna peel off Daisy and go ahead and see if I can place her. I peeled her from the bottom. That's gonna be weird placement. Let's see if I can pinpoint it. Yes.
Nice.
About that. Yeah, there you go. So, I think that is about it for all the eggs we're going to show you, so that you can have some fun and find the rest yourself. It's an enjoyable experience. I think it's nice, you just kind of walk around the areas and you see if you can spot it. So, definitely worth a try.
Our next booth is Jardín de Fiestas, located near the Mexican Pavilion, and here we ordered all 3 of the food offerings. The first is the tostada de chorizo, which was plant-based chorizo and black beans on a crispy corn tortilla with avocado mousse and queso fresco. Then we have the enchilada de mole negro, chipotle chicken in a corn tortilla with mole negro, avocado mousse, crema mexicana, and queso fresco. And the taco vampiro, barbacoa beef in a corn tortilla with crispy grilled Monterey Jack cheese and esquites.
Up first, here from the near the Mexican Pavilion, we stopped at the Jardín de Fiestas, and I'm going to have the taco vampiro. Give this a taste. It's got a little bit of corn on the side, so I put that on top just to kind of have all the flavors go together. So let's see. That's good. Yeah, it's slow, but once the flavor kicks in, it really gets you. It's delicious with that refreshing sweet corn on top.
I'm going to try the enchilada de mole negro. It's a chicken enchilada. The mole is definitely almost chocolatey with a little bit of spice. It's really, really good. The chicken's really tender. It's delicious.
Okay, last up we have the tostada de chorizo. And we just kind of smushed it. It was like a big pile. If you saw in the preview, we just kind of smushed it down. Popped out a little chunk here. So let's see how it tastes. That's really good. It's really flavorful. I love that plant-based chorizo on the top. It's delicious, and that little bit of guac around the edges really pulls it all together with the black beans underneath. That's fantastic. Absolutely love it. Final review of the Jardín de Fiestas. That is possibly the best we've had this whole experience today. Everything was top-notch delicious, and that, I mean, you know, to be fair, we do have a love for the Mexican food in general, so that might play a part of it. But the flavors were fantastic. They really burst in your mouth. The meat was cooked to perfection. The spices were just the perfect level of spice. You know, they would hit you, but not too hot. You know, I'm simmering down now. So it really was just an all-around great meal to have all of them together, honestly. So 10 thumbs up. If I had 10 thumbs, it'd all be up.
All right, so I'm gonna say exactly the same thing as Stefan. I think the Jardín de Fiestas was my favorite booth. I mean, we're not done, but it's by far my favorite so far. I liked all three of the things that we had. I think the Vampiro taco we had last year, and it was still good this year. The enchilada was new, and I was really impressed with the mole sauce. They give you a lot of mole sauce. I wish I had like 2 enchiladas to balance out the mole sauce, because the mole sauce is really good. And then the tostada, I think last year it came in a like almost like a tart, and it wasn't as good. I think having it on a tostada really like helped keep it fresh. You know, it wasn't like 100% like pre-made. And the plant-based chorizo tastes like regular chorizo, which was really, really good. That's what I've come to expect from the festivals, is like the plant-based options are always really, really good. So even if you're not a vegetarian, I highly recommend trying some of the plant-based options. So I think you'll be really impressed. But yeah, highly recommend, if you're coming to this year's festival, you need to go to Jardín de Fiestas. Our last booth is going to be Epcot's Farmer's Feast. This booth offers 3 different menus throughout the festival. We're here for the springtime menu, and we are trying the strawberry rhubarb upside down cake with creme fraiche whipped cream, and the hibiscus lemonade cocktail, which featured the Ilsa Morada Brewery and Distillery hibiscus gin, and it came with an edible hibiscus flower on top. So can't wait to dig into this. All right, so we're trying the strawberry rhubarb upside down cake. This is one of my favorites from last year, so I have high hopes. Oh my god, fantastic. Just as good as last year. And that was my favorite from the entire festival.
And now here we are showcasing the hibiscus lemonade cocktail with a sort of candied hibiscus on top, which is edible. Fantastic, look at that.
Sorry.
All right, it's got gin in it, which is wonderful. So I'm gonna give it a little taste. I probably should have mixed it.
Oh no.
A lot of gin at the top.
It's so pretty though.
It's very pretty. It's delicious. You can taste that hibiscus sort of, you know, supposed to be there. It's sunk to the bottom, but it's there. It's good. Perfect way to round out all of our meals here at the Flower Garden at Epcot. The strawberry rhubarb pie, right?
Upside down.
Upside down cake. You know, absolutely delicious. I would recommend it every single time, especially paired with this new gin drink. That was delicious. Loved it. So absolutely come here every time.
I also agree that Farmer's Feast knocks it out of the park every year. I remember being really impressed last year, and I continue to be impressed this year, especially, you know, this was my favorite dish from last festival, and it's still up there. And this lemonade hibiscus drink was amazing. If you're a gin fan, definitely suggest getting that. Keep in mind, Farmer's Feast does rotate its menu like every 2 months or so. So I don't know if the strawberry rhubarb will be here when you come, but hopefully it is, because it's amazing. But again, Farmer's Feast usually has something amazing regardless of the menu. So still check it out if you're coming to the festival. All right, well, we are ending our Flower and Garden Day here at Epcot. What was your favorite thing that you tried today?
My favorite thing had to be, I mean, even though it was like our first stop, it had to be that mascarpone cheesecake at the Honey Bistro. Absolutely delicious, just enough sweet for my taste, and I love honey, so that's great. What about you?
Honey Bistro is a classic.
Yeah.
I liked the enchilada in the mole sauce from Jardin de Fiestas. And I also liked, of course, the upside down strawberry rhubarb cake from Farmer's Feast.
Yeah.
So, we've had the upside down cake before, but the enchilada was new to us this year. So it was something new.
All right, so favorite dinner and favorite dessert.
Right.
There you go, perfect.
Yeah. And I really liked the hibiscus lemonade gin drink that was
That's very good. Yeah.
So, if you liked this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel.
Yeah, and here's a question for you. Is there something that they don't have, you know, serving here at the Flower Garden Festival that they had in the past that you want them to bring back?
Ooh.
An old favorite, perhaps. You know, let us know in the comments. Love to read them. We love to respond to them.
Okay, good question. Well, that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and
Keep on wishing.